glad to have you back. So the federal government had unveiled its plan to revamp Nigeria's power sector, requiring a whooping so $23.2 billion investment, and the plan tagged the National Energy Compact aims to increase electricity access from 4% to 9% annually, not so many others. Now, gentlemen in the studio with me, I mean, given the history of unsuccessful plans to address Nigerian power crisis, what do you think makes this plan different, if at all you feel this plan is different from the others, and do you actually see this working? I know you've said something about him before.
Yes. Is someone decided?
Yes, I remember.
Before now, and we still haven't. But I can say that things seem to have improved a bit. Especially with me, because at least my own experience. Having criticized him over time, I've been written a lot, social media and all this, against, the manner I was actually overseeing the Ministry of Power and all that, and giving Nigeria access to electricity. Well, I must say that in the past 3-4 months, let's say 3 months, November till now, it seems to have increased, access to power or supply of electricity seems to, be stable.
Or have you been moved to Band A?
I'm
on Band A, I don't have line.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so for me, I was telling someone the other day that since I bought, November,
Okay.
I think I used it last week because I have issues, just transform my team. But when it comes to electricity generation and distribution within my own answers, it's the same.
Okay.
So
you must be lucky.
So
you live in Ikeja.
I'm not going to attack him for now. But actually, we can do this.
Okay.
We can. It's about resources, it's about funding. And I know the president has said over time that electricity generation is one of his cardinal objectives of his administration. And then truly you need to go. It may not be perfect yet, but compared to the last administration, this last Christmas or New Year celebration we had, period, before Christmas, New Year, and all, the usual fuel queue, electricity, and all that, we didn't have it. You didn't go to first and say, people carrying the jerrycan and say, I want to buy fuel for my generator. We used to have it with keys. We have keys for generator. I'm not holding brief for it, but I believe that we can actually do it. And I see the signal. We can generate it. And he has been saying it over time. When the president was the governor of Lagos State, this Enron and all, he actually made an improvement in that sector. But at the end of the day, he goes on the national grid and he's lost in the process. I had issues with the present Minister of Power, beginning of last year. But I think after a while, he picked. I'm going to Dar es Salaam with the president. I read that statement from the press secretary. We can. So if the private sector is coming now, say we can invest this, and the money again is not misappropriated. We can't be boasting on 5,000 megawatts. We are bigger than that. Over 200 million people. How can you be sharing 5,000 megawatts? And this is like approaching the third year of the present administration. We should do more than this. We should actually do more than this. So it's not in the saying, it's in the doing. They've said it now. This is January, this is February, 1st of February 2025. Let's see how it goes between now and December. But I know we can do it because the president has said so. And it's about the person is putting there to oversee this. Is he doing it well? Because I know, as a president, if you're really interested in getting this thing sorted, the person you're putting on that seat must share your vision, must understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
So based on my own experience, based on, as I said earlier, that things seem to be improving. I hope it's translated to this. And so then you guys say it's not saying
yeah, looks like Dr. Yinka can't relate because
You see,
but again, just so you could add
yes.
it to
and I'm happy you remember that I actually told
yes,
you
of
that I
course.
can't do it. But I can't come here.
Okay, so you could add it to what you want to say.
Okay.
In the plan, the $23.2 billion investment will be split with $15.5 billion coming from the private sector and the remaining $7.7 billion coming from the government. Now, how feasible is the plan to secure $15.5 billion from the private sector, and what incentives can the government offer to attract investors?
Maybe because of the crucial nature of the power sector. That is why government seems to be going overboard just to make sure that things work. Because I like to always compare the power sector to the telecom sector. When government hands off the telecom sector, none of the telecommunication company piggybacked on NITEL facility. I think it was government who also tried to do it. They had, I've forgotten what they call Mnet or whatever they called it, but at the end of the day, it fell off the line. So, in the same light, why is the government giving so much money to the power sector? It is private business. So, why should the government be interested in giving them 7 billion or whatever out of the 23 billion? Is it a loan, or is it because it is a sector that if for the next 2-3 weeks phones don't work, facilities, we don't have internet and all that, we will not blame government. It is the telecommunication company we are going to blame. But because the government itself has not shared, maybe there has, I know there must be maybe some security, but even telecom, there is security implication. So now, why is it that the government seems to be the one protecting the power sector? I remember some 2 or 3 weeks back, there was a controversy when some money was budgeted and the minister went to the budget defense to say that the money was meant for campaign to convince Nigerians to pay their electricity bill and all that. And I said, why? So, as far as I'm concerned, and I've said this several times at different fora, the power companies, please, they should go around media houses and tell the people that Dr. Olayinka Oyegwile has been mounting campaign of calumny against them, that they have not invested in that sector. How much have they invested? I'm not sure they've invested as much as they are taking from us. Look, anywhere in the world, when your commodity is good and available, you will sell more. So why should you ask me to be on band A if I want electricity 23 hours and so on? And then if I don't want, I should be on band Z or whatever. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Because why should anybody pay more because you are offering him service? That is what you are supposed to do. It's like saying that because I want to go from here to Oshodi, I should pay more than somebody who doesn't want to go to Oshodi, or who, I mean, it doesn't make sense to anybody. Look, the issue is, the more available your services are, the more you get more money. It's like a filling station now. Because they have fuel. They now say that if you want 20 liters, you are going to pay 2,000 per liter. But if you want 1 liter, you are going to pay 1,000 or 50 naira. It doesn't make sense. So all they need to do is make this light available to all. And people can use it anyhow they want. The reason why you are in business is because you want people to consume. You want, if you are frying granite now or selling puff, you'll be happy when people come and buy every now and then. You will not say that, okay, because you want to buy more or you want me to supply you more. Then you, no, it doesn't make sense. So they should tell, the power company should go around media houses and tell us how much they have invested. They have not invested anything. We are still using the same NEPA of netting Gbogboro line. The same thing. When you want light in your area, you pay for transformer. When you pay for transformer, they will come. You will be the one to pay for the wires and so on. And then after everything, even for them to energize it, you will pay them. Then immediately that is done, it becomes their property. Then they will start the money that you have contributed, the community have contributed. I always tell my people, but most times they don't agree with me. I said, look, if we have problem with our transformer, let us not bother ourselves to give them money to come and do it. Because if that is where they are really making money, they will come and do it. If any of the telecommunication companies must fall down today, are they going to call on their subscribers to bring money for them to, that if you don't pay, we won't fix it? They will fix it themselves. But because government has been padding them all this while, that is why they are doing what they are doing. Why should we be the one buying transformer when you are going to be the one collecting money from us? So governments, they need to sit down with these so-called investors in the power sector and ask that, since you bought this thing, how much have you invested? What have you done to make sure that this thing works? We are still using the same line that NEPA used. So what is the difference? You want to they want to give you meter. They will tell you there is no meter, this. Okay, government gave them money, or government gave a company money to import meters and so on. They are still not giving people meters. Now, you want to ask me to continue to pay you, but you don't want to give me meter. It's like going to the filling station and they say their calibrator or whatever is not working. Therefore, they can't tell you how many liters of fuel you want. Will that make sense? It doesn't make sense. So, as far as I'm concerned, the Minister of Power should sit down with those people, and the President too should be interested. Because, look, when this problem is solved, it is the President that they will call. And if it is not solved, it is the President they will call. Former President Buhari and Fasola were in Paris to go and, was it Paris or where? To go and testify recently over the same power, Bambila power something. So, I mean, what is the problem that we are having that we cannot supply power to this country?
I think certainly had.
Yes, just we said this in when Jonathan privatized the power sector, there were some errors. And I was praying that when Buhari comes, to do something different. Cancel it. He said they go to court. There's something binding them. Blah. Nobody can cancel it. We don't get. Nigerian people owns it. Not some people who runs to court. I mean, you cannot hold our hands to that. We want service. Just let me use the example of the telecom sector. You go, the telecom sector is not break it down. Say there's band A, there's band B. Yeah. So if you're on band A, you get quality service. If you're on band B, whatever you see, take. Band C, anything you won't see me. What? And we accepted it. Somebody brought this idea. We took it, and they started segmenting the. Separating people who say you're on band A, you're band B, you're band C. And we accepted it. The day Nigerians will start standing up and demand for their rights will be the day these politicians will take us serious. We accepted it. We are lamenting. You did not invest anything in this sector. Nothing. They always run to government. Give us grants. Give us. We're not doing. If you cannot do it, you go. People came from foreign countries to run these things, but politicians refused to give it to them. They told them to go to hell. I remember the former chairman of PDP. I don't want to mention his name. We all struggle to get it. Like, no, let me buy this. And some of them strategically got this and put foreigners to get it. They are still in control of these things. The moment you start doing things like this, you won't get results. You said it's been privatized. You're buying meters. You are buying. I mean, there was a time these meters were free.
Yeah.
They are charging for it. And I think that's a part now, and nobody's even thinking of. There was a time you give us this thing, so what stopped? So you buy it, and they are taking the prices higher and higher. You want to buy electricity, it's expensive. You're investing, you buy transformer, you buy the cables. They've not changed anything.
They've not changed.
The infrastructure were part of things they said they will change.
Nothing.
We change transformer, we buy current transformers. We rewire these things. No. Also the lines. You stay in your house, like
in fact,
like knockout. And then and for days, they are not going to fix it. You cry, you lament, nobody listens. I said, the day Nigerians will stand up and say, enough of this. Electricity should be for all. There shouldn't be band 1, band 2, band 4. Who came with that idea? I don't understand. And they bought it. And they're selling it. Because you're not saying that this one is better. And if I'm band A, I'm better than band B. We don't do that. It was never this. That wasn't the template before.
At all.
Can we go back to what? I mean, it should be for everything. The same price everywhere. Provide the electricity, people will pay. Are they not providing telecom services? People are paying. And you're not segregating. You're not saying, no, you be here, you be here. People will pay. They are paying. And they're about to hike it. And we are going to make noise. And they say, but I can assure you, they will take it, people will still pay. Provide it, let it be everywhere, people will pay. I don't want to hear noise from my generator. So I will go. I mean, I'll pay. But don't say this one belongs to this. I will go get. How do you even do it? You just wake up one day and say, I'm going to take it on bank A. People who cannot even afford to pay the old rate, you're jacking them up. Without even a stakeholders meeting. You didn't consult them. And you're just taking it because, of course, you don't have anywhere to write to. But it can't last forever. Everything has expiry date.
You know, I think the Buhari administration was hamstrung by the clause that was in the power sector agreement. But by now, I think the number of years that they had that agreement has lapsed. There's a need for them to revisit it. And the present administration should think about it. I know the Buhari administration didn't want to do it because of the experience we had the first time it was a military head of state, when he cancelled the metro line in Lagos, and the Lagos state government had to pay, or the federal government had to pay even more than they would have paid if the metro line had been constructed. So I think that with the benefit of hindsight, the president and the minister of power and all those knowledgeable in the power sector, those who know the nitty-gritty of the power sector, because we are just observers, and we are talking as consumers. As consumers. So those who know the nitty-gritty of it should be gathered together and they should analyze this thing. Look, of all things in the world that man needs, especially in this modern world now, power is one of the most essential things. Because it drives the economy. If you want to construct road, you need power. If you want to set up business, you need power. Nothing you want to do, it is power. If that problem of power can be solved, I'm sure half of the problem will be solved. So the president must think seriously about facing this sector. And the minister, rather than be coming to the defense of the power holding companies or whatever,
all the time, all the ministers love that.
so he should is supposed to be in defense of the people, not those companies. Let them know that, look, I have a marching order. My business is to make light available to every Nigerian. I don't care. I don't want any excuse.
I don't care to do it.
So that's it.
Can do it.
Exactly. They came out to say they have the wherewithal. So why is it now that everything is falling apart?
That's the stuff.
All right, with that being said, thank you so much, Dr. Yinka Igile, who is a seasoned journalist, and thank you so much to Mr. Tony Maje, editor for the Recorder NG. Thank you so much. So the time well spent, and the time ran super fast. But I did enjoy the conversation, and I'm sure our viewers out there also did enjoy the conversation we had today. And if you did so, please do join us by this time next week, Saturday, for more interesting discussions and conversations we're still going to be having in this studio. This is Editors Forum, and my name is Nenwa Dimazaka. Thank you so much once again for being a part of the program. Goodbye.